This is the Big O Show. This is the Big O Show.
Malcolm Jenkins. We got the NFL trying to get back. There is no COVID testing in place right now. They don't have a protocol in place, as Josina Anderson broke. There is no bubble plan for the NFL because it's pretty much impossible to do a bubble for that many people. So Malcolm Jenkins was asked about, returning to the NFL and getting on the field. And he kind of pulled the Lee Corso. And he said, "Not so fast, my friend."
The NBA is a lot different than the NFL because they can actually quarantine all of their players or whoever is going to participate, where we have over 2,000 players, even more coaches and staff. We can't do that. And so we'll end up being kind of on this trust system where the honor system where we just have to hope that guys are social distancing and things like that. And that puts all of us at risk, not only, us as players and who's in the building, but when you go home to your families. I have parents that I don't want to get sick. And I think until we get to the point where we have protocols in place and until we get to the place as a country where we feel safe doing it, we have to understand that football is a non-essential business. And so we don't need to do it. And so the risk, has to be really eliminated before I would feel comfortable with going back.
Now let's analyze this, okay? So you got to put your trust in Antonio Brown if you bring him back into the league? You trust Antonio Brown in anything? You think that guy's going to social distance? Come on, man. He's practicing with whoever he can, traveling all over the place. He's actually torturing a high school kid now. We'll get to that story eventually. Think about some of the knuckleheads you have in the NFL. Right? There's like 3 or 4 of those guys in each team. Well, maybe there's like 5 or 10 of those guys in each team in the league. There's only like 1 or 2 really bad dudes, the ones that get arrested and have criminal charges and all that. There's only a couple of those guys in every team. They just get magnified. But you probably have about 10 guys that are going to be morons. And they're just going to do kind of childish things. And remember, it's been politicized. So you've got a lot of people that might be on one side of the politics, and they've kind of been, programmed to think that this is not serious. So if you're not going to take it serious, then you're going to bring it home with you. You're going to bring it to the job, and you're going to pass it on to other people. And then those people are worried about passing it on to people that they love. And the morons are going to cost people games, because important players are going to end up missing time. I'll tell you this. I wouldn't be surprised if a guy thinks he has COVID and tries to go out there and gives it to somebody in the opponent. Just to, it's in the division. Oh, we could give it to him, and he might miss a couple weeks that will be really important coming up. It's a ruthless game, man. You know the things that happen in that pile that we don't see? Guys poking eyes and ears and private places. And, they're doing all kinds of things to try to jar that ball loose. When you're holding on to that ball, you're praying that only half your orifices are penetrated, okay? If half of your orifices are penetrated, you're all right. There's a good chance every orifice you have in your body is penetrated because they're all trying to make you spit out the ball. I know it's a disgusting thought. I just want you to know that that's what it's like to be under one of those piles. Remember that little thing they used to squeeze and crap came out of his eyes and ears and all that? Remember that? That's kind of what you feel like under a pile. I'm just saying. You have no idea. These people are ruthless down there. And they will do anything. I'm just saying this is really, Malcolm Jenkins has the right attitude about this. Because the way the NFL is going about it, it's not safe. golfers are dropping like crazy and they have no contact. None. It's not a contact sport. I mean, talk about the ultimate social distancing sport. Pretty much it's golf. You can play with a pair and never be close to that person. You can be 15 feet away from them and BSing the entire time. Your caddy doesn't have to be right next to you the entire time either. I mean, it just, and they're getting coronavirus, positive test all over. And it's golf. Can you imagine what football? I mean, you're seeing what's happening with the college players. They just started some of these individual workouts on their own, and look what's going on. The NFL had to say, hey, no more workouts. Well, not no more workouts. Hey, can you guys refrain from it? And that's where Tom Brady says, F you. So Malcolm Jenkins has the right attitude about this. See, if I'm the NBA, and we'll talk to Chandel Richardson about that at 10:30 and Amin El-Hassan later on in the day, but I think the NBA is the only one that has kind of figured it out that, okay, if we're going to survive, this is the way we're going to survive. This is the way we'll be able to actually get it done.